But maybe I'll have a different spin on it. Maybe people will take it a little bit different. Okay? Like I was introduced, I hated Muslims. Hated them. I would never be in a room like this, ever. Because I had seen every one of you as an enemy. Today, every one of you in this room, even the non-Muslims, are all my family. And I think the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that brought me to that moment when I realized that everything I thought was completely wrong. Completely. Now, what I try to do now is I try to attack things hate-related. Racism, xenophobia, genderism, ageism. That's man because I'm getting older now. Right? And you guys got to listen to me because I have the longest beard in here. That's an Islamic rule, right? That's part of Sharia, right? Anyway, so that's what I do. So it's all about stopping this hatred. Now, it goes back and forth between the Jewish communities and the Islamic communities on who's hated more, depending on where you live. None of that matters. I'm not going to give you statistics because none of it matters because hatred's wrong. I don't care who it's towards or what it's about, it's wrong. We, as Muslims, have a responsibility, have a duty to right wrongs, to stand up for those that cannot stand up for themselves. I want to ask everybody to do something for me, okay? I want you to repeat after me. We can.
We can.
A little louder. We can.
We can.
We will.
We will.
We must.
We must.
That's right. We are ambassadors.
We are ambassadors.
You got me, buddy. You got me. All right. We're ambassadors of the last testament. Last message. That's it. We have a responsibility not only to our families, our community, but the world. To act in an upright manner. To motivate people to act and to walk a straight line. That's impossible, right? Sure. But where's the intent? Is the intent you're gonna fall off that line once in a while, you know? My wife sometimes says I forgot where the line was. That's okay. Mashallah, I love her. That's what she's there for, right? Keep me straight. But so we can, we will, we must. That needs to be our mantra. Being Muslim is not a weekend armchair quarterback religion. Being Muslim is a verb. Think about it. To surrender to the Almighty. That's a verb. An action word. We have to have action in our lives. We have to show people who we are. Now, a long time ago, decades ago, a very wise man, much wiser than I'll ever be, made a statement that became very famous. He says, I have a dream. Beautiful. Beautiful. Every time that comes up, it kind of grabs your heart a little bit. I have a dream. I have a plan. And it all starts with a smile and a conversation. See, us as human beings have gotten away from conversation. We don't talk to anybody anymore. It's a text message. Right? It's an email. COVID is horrible. That just banned everything from getting close to anybody and even having a conversation. You just like held yourself up in your house and barricaded yourself and, you know, covered. I mean, we all look like Muslims sometimes, right? I mean, because covered head to toe. I was waiting for somebody to go into Walmart dressed in a bio suit. But we made it. We made it. We got through that. Now what are we going to do? Smile at your neighbor. Say hello. Talk. Start a conversation. That may be painful. Trust me, I know. See, I have something. Now, a lot of people take offense to this, but I don't. Only because I know what I'm going to do with it. And I have that privilege. I'm privileged. Call it white privilege, call it whatever. It's a privilege. Now, that privilege is going to get me places that other people can't do it, that other people can't go. It's going to get me into doors other people will never be able to get into. And that's when I got it. That's when I got it. Because that's when I give them a smile and I have a conversation. So sooner than later, not only is that door open for other people, that door's gone. Doesn't even exist anymore. That's the goal. That's what we got to strive for. We have to come together, bring back the glory of the Ummah. That's the only way it's going to work. You know, I'm older now. My days I'm going downhill, not uphill anymore. Okay? I need people. We need each other in order to do this. Allah said in the glorious Quran that He made us into different nations and tribes. Why? So we can learn from one another. Think about that. How many people can look back on their homelands, regardless of whether that's Kentucky or Egypt, and think about how many times that's actually done. I'm not calling anybody out here. I'm just saying, look back into your communities and see how often is that done? Probably not that often. I know it's not in mine, unfortunately. You can do it. You can do it. And, you know, these films, people have seen my things on YouTube, and now there's a film out called Stranger at the Gate. I don't know how many people have seen it. If you haven't, it's on YouTube, it's free. And I will be in Hollywood next weekend because we were nominated for an Oscar. Thank you. Thank you. Now, my producers are not here, none of the other co-stars are here, so I'm going to tell you straight up. I could care less about an Oscar. Seriously. But it has an impact. You see what I'm saying? There's a payout to this. A payout. Because that Oscar is going to give us even more push to the message of overcoming hatred. Now, how do we overcome that hatred? Love. A smile and a conversation. I'm supposed to have somebody that's going to signal me to tell me how much time I have left. I can't find it. Oh, there you go. Okay. So again, a smile and a conversation. That's where I got this from. I'd like to say I just made it up on my own, but I really did. Okay? We have learned, or we should have learned, as Muslims, what the true message of peace is. It's about inviting people. It's about talking to people. It's not about threatening people. Some of you may find it difficult to do what you do. To go out and to say things to people and to smile. Some of you don't even feel uncomfortable smiling at somebody else. Well, if that's the case, let me know. I'll go with you. I'll smile for you. I've had death threats. I've had death threats against me. And you know, it's funny because considering the first part of my life was so filled with violence that if all of a sudden that stopped, I'd probably go through some kind of separation anxiety. And I don't need that added to my gospel. Okay? My time is about over here, and I will be around if someone wants to talk after this. And I want to thank Mass for bringing me up here. I love these organizations because this is what it's about. This right here is what it's about. An organization that brings people together to teach. To teach. I thank all of you for being here. May Allah bless each and every one of you that are here, that may have already left, and those that could not make it. You are so important to the Ummah. You're so important to me. But I want to leave you with one thing. Again, I like to quote people. A sane wise man once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. One smile and conversation at a time." Jazakallah khair. Thank you.